You know, I'm sure this is a story that's been repeated many, many times over the past few years and will probably be repeated many, many times more. Innocent people who have been brainwashed into buying an electric car after years of government propaganda extolling their virtues and lies about how they are the future are slowly realising that they aren't all they're cracked up to be. High purchase price, catastrophic depreciation, the inconvenience of public charging, unless you're one of the lucky few that can charge at home, limited range, which is heavily dependent on the weather and terrain, huge cost of tyres, expensive repairs, punishing insurance costs, and awful resale values. These are just some of the very many reasons why EVs are a terrible idea for most people. I feel quite sorry for EV buyers who tried to do what they've been told is the right thing, but which in the end proves to be a terrible decision, and they end up going back to a petrol car. Good luck getting those people to ever go back to an EV. Welcome to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer, now Sydney-based YouTuber. Be sure to follow me on the usual socials for more content, links in the description, and please make sure you're subscribed and have enabled all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. One of the biggest myths the fanboys push is that once you've gone electric, you'll never go back to petrol or diesel, as if the benefits are so obvious only a fool would fail to notice. This is complete nonsense. A recent survey found that 46% of EV owners in the US would rather have a gas car for their next purchase. A survey in which I am proud to say Australia came out top, with 49% of EV owners saying they're switching back to regular gas cars. The reality is that EVs are impractical and inconvenient for most people. There's a tiny minority for whom they may be okay, charge-at-home owners who just poodle around the city during the day. But for the rest of us, forget it, as this Telegraph article reports. Why I ditched my Tesla for a 12-year-old petrol car. EV demand drops as motorists find limited benefits of going green. Owners of electric cars are ditching battery power and returning to petrol as demand for greener vehicles drops across Britain. Range anxiety, a lack of public charging points and limited incentives are the key factors behind the dwindling desire for electric motors. Car dealership chain Motorpoint Group said the majority of electric vehicle EV owners who sold their car in the last year didn't buy another one, opting instead for a petrol, diesel or hybrid model. The trend is continuing in 2024, with the latest registration figures from the Society of Motor Manufacturers and Traders, SMMT, showing a 2% fall in EV uptake since last May. Uptake is strong in the fleet market, where volumes have risen 11% in the last year, as businesses continue to offer employee benefits such as salary sacrifice to take on an electric car. Yep, that's one of the 3 Fs: fanboys, fleets and freebies. But convincing the mass market to make the switch to battery power is proving a hard task. Martin Bamford, a Tesla owner for 4 years, is one of the many electric car owners to switch back to combustion power in recent months. Despite driving a mostly trouble-free 34,000 miles, he suffered instances of extreme range anxiety and is ditching the zero-emission motor in favour of a 12-year-old Mini Cooper. I had a nightmare drive of around 1,000 miles up to Scotland and back a couple of months ago, including a long stop at a service station where all of the Tesla superchargers were out of action, he said. The cost of electricity has also gone up since I bought it in 2020. The benefit in kind tax BIK charge, which I got from it being a company car, has also increased, making it slightly less financially attractive to drive than it previously was. Well, there's no chance that guy will ever buy an EV again. The rest of the article is worth a read, link in the description, which simply recites the reasons regular viewers of this channel will be all too familiar with, why EVs for most people are a disaster. And if you need another dose of sanity, check out this great clip from a chap called Derek at Classic Dealership Matthewson's.
Heather Pullen, would you ever buy an electric? No. Would I ever buy an electric car? No. No, definitely not. Absolute rubbish. No, short-term fix. 20 years, all be over, done, finished. It can't work. It didn't work all them years ago. It didn't work in 1904. It won't work now, I can assure you. It's impossible. You know, it's a pipe dream. And people annoy me when they say, I want to buy an electric car and save the planet. Where do you think electric comes from? You know, is it just there? You know, it's made, it's a pollutant itself in the manufacture of it, and it's not cheap, it's expensive. Rubbish, absolute rubbish. So no. I've recently been driving an electric-powered Morris Minor van, and interesting and intriguing, if you like, and different, but no, not for me. So forget that one.
So don't be fooled by the lies, spin and propaganda of the EV advocates. For the majority of people, EVs are impractical, inconvenient and expensive to own. This is simply the result of top-down mandates telling people what car they should buy, rather than letting the market decide. Those that have been duped into buying an EV against their better judgment will have learned a very painful and very expensive lesson.